All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to HOTcast here. HON Tour Season 4 coverage continuing to come at you of what is, of course, cycle number 2 action of the group stages. Here we are on the second weekend now. By the end of this weekend, we will know which 4 teams are advancing onto the bracket stage and looking forward to getting that information. With that said, excited to be here because it's definitely another day of Good Heroes of Earth coming at you. Being a weekend, yes, we do have 3 matches that are planned here on the docket, and to say the least, well, it's going to be a lot of Bad Monkey Gaming involved in all 3 of the series, so be it today. They're kicking it off here against HTS4. Well, that'll be followed by BMG versus Complexity, and then to finish it off, it will be BMG versus Revolution. That's the 6 games that we have planned for you guys here today. Of course, all of these are 2-game series, as it is here in the group stages. So definitely excited for this one. It should start getting a great idea of how things are starting to shape up. Of course, only one more day after today. Sunday here before it all wraps up officially. So this is how things are looking currently. As you can see, it's kind of a little bit of a split right here. But BMG, no doubt, looking to make up some ground. They could use a pretty big day here today if they want to move forward. Anyways, enough of all of that. Excited to be here. With that said, I am joined by my co-caster for today, and someone that's been joining me a little bit lately. I'm joined by Near of Evil Corporation. Near, how's it going, man? Near? Oh my gosh, I was muted. Near, you're there.
Yep, I'm here.
Hey, so I did my whole introduction and everything, and I was muted for you the whole time, so.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a little more sense. No, but anyways, just made the point that you are here today as my co-caster. How's it going, man?
It's going good. Excited for this. Of course, a lot on the line for BMG here. They really need to 2-0 all 3 matches today if they want to have a chance at hitting the top 4.
Yeah.
At the same time, Sauna Esport could use a win here to make sure they do not finish bottom 2 here.
Very important. Of course, with how the format works this season, the bottom 2 teams will play in relegation matches coming up this week here against the top 2 teams from the Gold Division to determine if they come to Diamond. And obviously, Revolution and Sauna Esports actually both had to participate in that, of course, last cycle, but were able to return. So, but yeah, it's safe to say you don't want to have to do that if you don't have to, of course. So, anyways, again, this matchup here, so yeah, you're all right, though, about BMG, definitely. They really could use a big day today if they want to finish in that top 4, as we were seeing in the standings. So, the draft has begun. In fact, we're already at the 4th pick here now of Sauna Esports. So let's start going into what we're dealing with so far. The initial bans, it was Tremble, Midas, Doctor, and Behemoth. We had Swiftblade into Moraxis, Magnus into Moira, and Rhapsody into the Clanks here. So BMG getting their hands on Clanks. That's always a scary thing for the opposition. So what do you think of the draft so far, though, Near?
Yeah, Clanks standing out to me. It's they definitely have history playing that hero, so they have a strategy with that. And they love to stack the jungle and then have Balthazar rotate into it and then possibly have Ruda C or Fusen farm the short lane with an initiate hero. So, but Sauna Esport usually runs 2 supports and like to roam around a lot, so they might not allow that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
something that stands out as well, sorry for interrupting, is the Behemoth ban. Sometimes when you ban Behemoth, you want to pick something like an Ophelia and start pushing, but they didn't do that here. But it's an interesting blind ban, at least for the first 2 bans, to get that hero out of the way.
Yeah, Fusen taking that away here initially. You're all right, but yeah, staying away from the Ophelia push option. I mean, that's something that, again, when you think BMG, you don't necessarily think jungle a whole lot, but they have been definitely going into it a little bit, as we've seen here in Season 4. We have seen a little bit of Ophelia, a little bit Tempest, I want to say, even some Parasite. I mean, they've been dabbling into it, but it does seem like the dual support ultimately is still their bread and butter here, the way that they like to go in the end. So not seeing the jungler here. Sauna Esports is a team that we really haven't got the chance to cast much here on HOTcast. Focusing a lot more on the elite teams, you could say, here in the division. But in a matchup like this, getting the chance to see what they're about. And as you're pointing out, it seems like Sauna Esports a little bit more of an aggressive team, perhaps, usually like to run that dual support. And with the makeup that they have here, it seems like that's very possible, of course. Once again, so
definitely.
Master of Arms, all right.
It's interesting, Master of Arms. It must be a second support, I guess.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, the hero also has a lot of carry potential, but it's kind of weird because you many other choices that are better for that. But he can do a lot of damage, especially in the lane and with his ultimate, of course. And the changes to his E actually buffs him a lot. So silhouette here.
Yeah. Going the silhouette. All right. So they got the dual carry option. You know, Swift played more of the suicide probably here in that case. Magnus. So that means Magnus is going to be secondary support. Okay. So they're going with here.
Yeah, it looks like they want to secure the farm in Silhouette, secure the farm in Pebbles, and then have him have an impact early on, and then while Silhouette farms as much as he can to be a contender in the late game.
Yeah.
And then Swiftblade is probably going to be sacked, but maybe something like a Magnus rotation could give some kills there onto the Clanks.
All right, well, we'll see how that works for them. Obviously, all 5 good to go as far as BMG. They're still waiting for their full 5. And there we go. Engineer is going to be the final pick. So, no, it's not going to be a secondary support Master of Arms. It's actually going to be more of a carry or a ganking or middle, whatever you want to call it, farming-oriented.
Yeah, it might be mid lane Master of Arms. It's very strong there with the... I mean, when he hits level 3, he's able to outlast it, basically, or almost anyone in the lane. So look for him to have a good time in the mid lane, unless Sauna Esports starts to roam around there in the mid lane. So
here we go. Game number 1 to kick it off for the day here. We got Sauna Esports versus BMG coming at us. And, yeah, Master of Arms, focusing on him here, he's definitely the intriguing pickup. He got those changes in the last balance patch that took place, and there was a lot of hype around it, especially initially. I mean, we started seeing him coming back once again, but then it seemed like then it kind of died off. You know, we have those phases where, especially when changes happen to a hero, that teams like to try it out and then, you know, maybe realize that, okay, it's not as crazy as we were thought. Or, I mean, what do you think about the changes, though? It seemed like that was some pretty good buffs for this hero all around, and I don't know, it's a little surprised that it kind of died off.
yeah, a bit, but it's also because people are not that confident in the hero. I think it has. I mean, I've definitely seen the hero just out of nowhere get a hat trick because of the how fast he attacks, and just something with like a shield breaker or something deals a lot of damage. Usually, maybe a Thunderclaw is the way to go, but he does have a Clanks on his team, so the amount of farm he's able to get is probably going to be limited because of that. Okay. But he can definitely deal a lot of damage. But it's also very squishy and easily ganked, so getting to that point where you sort of have a lot of farm on him and can deal the damage is kind of hard.
Yeah. Definitely.
And he doesn't have the best of survivability compared to like a Clanks or Silhouette. Silhouette can swap out instantly. Clanks have that hawk ability to fly over cliffs. He is just, if he's in a bad position, he has no way to get out of it. So that's probably why you don't see the hero as much as other carry heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's yeah, I do like the change to the main to the ultimate as well. You know, changing the forms that it makes a little more sense now. I think, you know, we always saw Master Runs, they would have to change the form usually before wanting to apply the armor, the mitigation, the shield basically, defensive master's call as we call it. But now it seems like it's a little more relevant to whichever form that you're in. Makes it a little bit easier there, not having to use that global cooldown first to switch it up, but. Well, Boxy going to be playing it here, though. Excited to see how he fares with it. And, again, more in the farming role, of course. So, we got some good damage potential between him and Clanks, potentially, is there. Make on the Suicide Moraxis, it looks like. Any chance of aggressive, you think? Any chance of some aggressive tri-lanes coming out here? Or maybe
there's definitely potential for both teams. I would expect BMG to short lane, tri-lane, and then I'm not sure if they want to meet it with the Legion side here. And it would have to be with either Pebbles or the Swiftblade. But they could be fine just dodging and shutting down the Moraxis offlane if they expect him to go there. Because if Moraxis doesn't have a blink and they give Pebbles an early blink, they have the blink advantage for about 5 minutes where they can make stuff happen and push towers, where BMG does not have the initiation. That's, of course, seeing as if Moraxis goes bottom, and that's what they're expecting. But we'll really have to see how this plans out here, what both teams are going to do.
Well, here we go. To start things off, all 5 are heading towards the bottom lane here of BMG at least. You only got Marcus Moy on his silhouette is going to be down here in the bottom lane. Yeah, that's something familiar too. I know I've heard this several times before. Marcus Moy loves to play silhouette and getting his hands on it here as the go-to carry player for the team. So good comfort hero for him. And obviously just a hero we have been seeing a bit of lately.
Oh, he has to be careful here.
Oh, geez. Wow.
He got spotted.
Yeah, he's in a horrible spot. I mean, he's definitely... He's probably... I mean, I guess if he gets to the river right here, he might not be dead. The bang, it's going to kind of connect. Not really, though. And Silhouette is going to tree grapple over the ledge. He's definitely not out of the woods just yet, though. I mean, this is starting out to be pretty scary.
You might be able to juke them here and then tree grapple backwards, but it's really not where you want to be here. 0 minutes into the game.
Well,
a few seconds.
It's interesting because at the same time, this also could distract Sonic Esports quite a bit. So if you're Sonic, you don't want to get too distracted by chasing him down right here. As I say that, though, they actually are putting some good damage into him now. And not going to be a kill, though. I mean, oh, maybe. Wow, might have spoke too soon. In fact, I think I did. There we go. Baltazar with the bloodlust kill. Well, then. So I think that's worth it to chase him.
Yep. I think he actually sold some items as well to buy a TP now. So he's not having the best of time here. Actually, only 300 gold in his inventory. That's not a good start for him. And he's going to be tri-laned here.
Baltazar's in trouble, though. In fact, he's going to go down. Xerox gets credit for the kill. So as he was rotating to the top lane to go after getting the bloodlust, all of a sudden he gets caught.
Okay, both carries having a bad start here. So it's not that terrible for them.
It's kind of funny. Even though Klink's data right there, he's still 530 GPM. Because he got the bloodlust kill. But yeah, no, that's obviously a big response at least coming out from Sonic Esports. A little bit of breath of life after what was a pretty bad start with Silhouette getting jumped. But yeah, you mentioned he sold some items just so he can TP right away back to the bottom lane. A little unfortunate right there. But having to make adjustments. So look how the lanes are setting up, though. And you got BMG, in fact, an immediate rotation on their part as they realize it's going to be an aggressive tri-lane up here. They send both Moira and Engineer to the top lane, so it ends up being a try versus try.
Yeah, Clang's definitely a strong tri-lane hero. It's Moira and as well. They do not have that stun initiation, instantly stun, like they do on the Legion side with Magmus. So if they get caught by Magmus into Swift stun and a Rhapsody stun, that target should be dead.
Yeah.
So they basically will have to rely on counter-initiating here. And maybe Sonic Esports making a mistake or two. Yeah. I don't see them going on them at least. But Max is going to be playing against the Pebbles here, so both teams will have the blink timings like about the same time here.
Mm-hmm. That's the idea at least. Going for that now, you know, that's pending, of course, some rotations and whatnot, and wouldn't be surprised. In fact, we see here Magnus. He's actually headed all the way to the bottom lane currently. He has Striders already, working off of the assist that he got on the Baltazar here in revenge for his fallen teammate. So he's heading all the way to the bottom lane. That's his Rhapsody, it looks like. As I believe she TP'd in right here. So they're going to try to make a play onto Master of Arms. And yeah, you mentioned when we were talking about him, I mean, he's obviously fairly squishy if you do catch him.
Yep, for sure. Silhouette needs help here. She's a weak laner early on, especially against the Master of Arms. Yeah, they're actually zoning him, so I like this rotation. Securing farm on Silhouette is more important than securing it on Swiftblade.
Yeah. Letting him do his suicide thing up here at the top lane seems like it does make sense. So ultimately the tri lanes are avoiding each other, pending some TPs coming in, and sure enough, Moira is headed to the bottom lane. So it seems like BMG is really making a point that they want to match up here. And actually, Rhapsody going in on a Master of Arms. Again, Moira just came in, though, so not only going to stall them, maybe able to set up a turn kill if they're not careful. And Magma's going to get a lot of pressure right there as a result. So good job by Moira being there when she was. Prevents a kill from happening.
I was actually a bit surprised that Master of Arms didn't go for the stun on Magmus right away, because Solet was still far away. He could potentially have gotten the kill there. With the Forged Lightning, of course, doing extra damage. And the Moira rotation, but nothing's gonna happen, at least so far.
So what do you think of BMG really making an effort here to keep the trial lanes going against one another? with the supports.
It's definitely, they have potential to win it with something like Master of Arms, especially with the head start that he has had so far. It was the initiation.
Yeah, catch on a Rhapsody right here. That's a quick kill shortly after. Silhouette, she's going to tree grapple away. She still has some good life pool left, so should be fine here, but definitely being heavily boxed out. You got Magnus in the background. He actually has little life. He only has 150 life currently, so he really can't feel too comfortable going in, so he's going to go all the way back to base, actually. So this is definitely going to be taken over by BMG down here at this bottom lane.
It's definitely because of the level advantage. Two supports are level 3 right now, and the Legion side supports are still level 1. That's hurting them a lot. So it's really hard for them to contest any sort of tri-lane action right now.
Yeah, 375 GPM Clanks currently at the top lane, farming away. Again, did have that death in response, but to be fair, he did get the Bloodlust kill first, so clearly that's definitely proven to be a little more advantageous than the death that he had shortly after, already with the Steam Boots. Middle lane, Pebbles seems like he is at least having a decent time, but Moraxis is having the better. 400 gold per minute in the middle lane, however, again, it does have the assist that you have to keep in mind. Meanwhile, middle lane, Stalagmites missed right there. Magnus was running in with the Veiled Rot. Unfortunately, just missed the angle, I guess, on the Stalagmites.
Yeah. He would have needed, if he hit those, he would have needed to chuck him back onto Magnus into the tower range, and then Magnus should have landed the stun for them to be able to kill him, because Moraxis is level 6 with his ultimate, so they need a lot more damage than just Pebbles combo into a Magnus stun. They need the tower too.
It's a level 1 Magnus as well, so
yep.
Not much damage you're getting from that, only 100.
Okay, it's going.
He's feeling comfortable, maybe a little too much. Matrax is good to go, as you mentioned. He is level 6, going to pop it right there, so should be fine, which is why he felt so comfortable going in like he did, I guess.
Yeah. That's why it's very hard to kill Moraxis. And it's really hurting them that those supports were level 1. It was a kill on Moraxis if they had another level or 2 there.
It's a good job holding his ground. Now, of course, that is going to be on cooldown for a little bit, but that's something else about Matrax. Denver talk really too much about, but it's a fairly short cooldown, especially at level 3. You're only looking at a minute cooldown. Even at level 1, though, it's only 80 seconds of a cooldown. So, in the near future, we'll be back up and good to go in case another gank does happen or wants to use it offensively even. Seems like the supports actually are interested in going to the top lane. Man, they're just really roam heavy here. Going all over the place on Veiled Rock ganks.
But if Magnus does land the stun on the Clanks here and Swift ulti on top, it would be a kill.
Oh, just too far. He should have gone to the right, yeah.
Yep, exactly. He's good. So taking the path that Rhapsody is taking right now.
Well, that's no bueno.
Just banking on his Striders to carry him up there. Get him up there before Clanks realized. Didn't work out though.
That was really unfortunate. I mean, they've had to use... Magnus alone has definitely bought 2 Veiled Rots already. And how much is a Veiled Rot? It's 100? So yeah, 200 gold that he's used alone on Veiled Rots. And we're talking about a level 1 Magnus with Striders already that he got. I mean, he's really not getting a lot of gold here.
I would like to see them sit in a lane here. The supports just get some experience and sit behind a target that they think Hillborn's going to go for instance, bottom.
That target, bottom lane, Silhouette, the lockdown. Can he get the tree grapple off? Yes, he can. He's going to be fine for the time being. Turn kill coming out. Mora, nice defensive master's call, but it's not enough in the end. It did mitigate plenty of damage, but the fatal damage, it did not. So good turn at least from the Legion side. Middle lane, Pebbles going at it with Moraxis, but more so just to keep him off of himself. Going to be fine there, but at least there's a good turn, and that's kind of what you're talking about right there, setting up for a turn kill.
Yeah, exactly. They were anticipating them to go bottom. Rhapsody and Magnus had the right idea, just waiting for them to go, and then they turn it around. They really needed that. And the two supports got another level each, so it's gonna help them out. And Magnus has a pull here that he could get level 4 from. Oh, mid lane. I did not catch that.
I caught that there. Catla Mine, actually a pretty beautiful play by him. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Master of Arms diving for the kill on Silhouette, but at what cost here? He gets it at least. Nice mana battery use, turns on a Magnus, and now Rhapsody, she's the one in trouble as well. Master of Arms is getting low. One more auto attack could do it. It looks like it. Yes, it is going to be enough, but Rhapsody does go down. A double tap for Root of Z. When it's all said and done, I think it's safe to say the Hellborn team coming out on top of that exchange down there. But again, Moraxis going down to Pebbles in the meantime in the middle lane. So big picture, wasn't horrible for Sonic Esports, but still.
Well, it's good for them to see Pebbles having a good time now. He can make some stuff happen in the mid game or around the 12-15 minute mark to get them back into this. But also Rhapsody almost got level 5 from that, I think. The solo kill on a level 7 Master of Arms. So I think she's pretty close to level 5. That's a huge thing for them at least, getting the support some levels at this point in time.
Yeah, especially...
Even though the hard carry died.
Yeah, especially when Magnus, you know, he was level 1 for a good 5-6 minutes here, it felt like. So getting him some levels and pretty necessary, to say the least. And, you know, we talk about this comparison all the time. Magnus is something like a behemoth where, you know, sure, they want their portal keys as soon as possible, play a very similar role, but Behemoth can really be fine with just striders into a portal key. You know, he doesn't necessarily have the crazy mana management that he needs compared to like a Magnus where to do everything, his ultimate and the Lava Surge and the portal key, you know, needs a bit more. Moraxis, meanwhile, middle lane, they'll set up with the Lava Surge. Here comes the Matrix, though, and the Stomp, and yeah, guess what? It is going to be enough. Well, there's also a team for the Master's Call in there, so, jeez, that's a lot of mitigation.
Yep, it's very hard to kill Moraxis. I almost feel like people should have done the combo on him just to get the extra damage, but I'm not sure if that would have been enough. Oh, Magnus.
Ooh,
Running into double damage Moraxis. Yep.
Not
In
good.
bottom lane.
Silhouette, she's dead too. Sits on the goo right there because she got locked down on it, and that's obviously a pretty powerful combination. Master of Arms, that goo's out. It's he is maxing it out, it looks like. So, yeah, we're looking at -5 armor that it currently puts out right now. That's quite a bit. You see Silhouette right now, only 6 armor on her, so not much armor left.
Oh, sure not. I like what they did there. I mean, they just saw 3 heroes mid, and then, oh, mid again.
Swiftblade. Oh, nice job with the Arcane Shield, but he didn't bite on it. And there's the Soul Slashes. So I was worried for Swiftblade there for a second. That would have been a big play by Moraxis, but in the end, Swiftblade was playing smart.
He survived long enough to force out the Swiftblade ultimate, so that was okay. But they went on Maka mid before he died here, with 3 heroes, and that's freed up space for Boxy and Fusen to try and go for the Silhouette because they know there's no one sitting him, and that's what they did. So they didn't make the same mistake as before, where they got the turn kill. So it's something where if your team goes 3-man mid and tries to set up a kill, and they're spotted, you have to be careful in other lanes.
Makes sense there. Knowing the information that you have, using it to your advantage. Energizer finished on Master of Arms in the meantime, so seems like his farm pretty solid. 317 gold per minute here. And counting. He's third on his team, though. Morax is slightly, well, he's pretty much tied with him, but of course then you got Balthazar and Clanks, who's having a pretty damn good time here at the top lane. He's got the Warp Clef, Wind Steam Boots, has even a Soul Scream Ring, even the Mystic Vestment, so he's really playing a safe kind of build here early on.
He does not want to die to a solo Swiftblade, it looks like, so I can understand why he does that.
There's the Thunderclaw just finished as well, so expect the flash farming to start, and here we go with the arguably one of the better heroes for doing triple stack Ancients, Master of Arms, with that goo. Now, it's only double stack actually, so a little unfortunate there. I guess they missed the timing, but puts more goo down and gonna clean it up in the end. So good job sharing some farm, some wealth on the map, as of course Clanks is doing his thing at the top side right now, where nobody's up here currently from the Legion side. So wonder if Sana Esports is gonna keep that in check here in the near future. Obviously a Portakey on Pebbles could help with that, but still a little bit off of it. He's gonna clean up the creep wave here and have 1,300 gold. So it's getting there, but still not yet. Oh, Engineer. He might be in some trouble. Some slashes. He can't find him. Nice getaway.
Cool down for 2. Yeah.
Good escape on his part. Portakey Moraxis, yeah, it's actually going to be coming a little bit quicker here at this rate, it looks like. It's very, very close, though. They're pretty much going to have it at the same time.
I think the momentum of the game is going to shape up to who can use their portal keys the best here when they get them.
That makes sense there. Master of Arms. So, Boxy especially, you know, we've seen him play like Puppet mid, for example, and he likes to go the Grave Log, Saxstone even, into a tablet build. And do you think we should expect to see more of that supportive style of Master of Arms build here, or will he actually go for damage, or should he?
I don't think he'll go for that much damage. The utility with the Energizer is probably... I'm not sure what item he's gonna go for next. It's a bit awkward because damage items are so good on the hero, but you have a Clank, so you don't need to deal the damage. I'm actually not sure. I think we'll just have to wait and see here. But he could go for damage item. It would be okay.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see what box. I don't know. Just something tells me he's going to go a tablet. Because again, when he does it on Puppet Master, so I just feel like if he does it on that, then.
Yeah, I would assume that as well. It could happen, but it's just so awkward to have a tablet on the Master Forms. I mean, it's not like the enemy team has Pharah or something. You have to dart it or get out of some mummy walls or crack an ultimate or something. So
True. Not that obvious ability where it makes sense. So yeah, we'll see what Boxy decides to go for here. Can never be too sure with a player like that. Moraxis, Portal Key, it's basically going to be finished here, so and good news for Bad Monkey Gaming, and we'll see what kind of play they can perhaps make with it, as Pebbles is still just shy of it, going to go to a nice double stack camp right here, and when he finishes this off, he should have enough to get one himself, so.
Yeah, and Moraxis is walking back for his as well, so they will have them similar timings here.
Ooh, Marcus Moy picks up a Warp Cleft. Interesting.
Oh, okay. I guess he's feeling that he does not have that much farm. Getting a Thunderclaw is obviously cheaper than the Nullstone to start farming with. It's not as effective, I think, but when you're this far behind, like you don't have the free farm, and sometimes you usually have the Nullstone around the 12-13 minute mark with free farm.
Yeah.
In this case, he doesn't, so enhancing his farm with that is an okay choice, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think he went into this game saying, I'm going Thunderclaw first item.
Yeah, it's not like something you do every game. It's because of the situation here.
It's a recovery tool, definitely. Field drop bottom lane, by the way. Moraxis with the Portal Key. He's going to be going in. He jump on Magnus. Now, you can tell the Legion team is kind of set up as if they want to react, and there's a Lava Surge. But the Axe, oh, the Protective Melody. That was a split second too late. Great attempt from Xerox, but just too late.
Also, almost a shame there. Could have been big for them. Seeing Moraxis blink, and if they didn't get anything from it.
Yeah.
Silhouette.
Oh boy, you gotta question what Marcus Moy was thinking there. I mean, they just ganked bottom. He doesn't have much vision in his own jungle here. Yeah.
And Pebbles is gonna get picked off top. He almost got the turn kill on Clanks there. He tossed him, and then the Moira ulti came out, so he did not take the damage from the Chuck. It might have been the kill with an auto attack. So that's a shame for him. But both teams had the right idea, except BMG went as a team 5 bottom with the blink and got a kill. Pebbles was smoked top at the same time, trying to find the Clanks, but yeah, just comes down to team decision and team play here, instead of doing your own thing in the woods and the lane here.
Yeah, BMG definitely getting the better of that exchange right there, and you do see the lead now, about a 6,000 gold lead and nearly a 6,000 experience lead, and again, especially when you're about to start playing the Clanks here, you got to be a little concerned if you're Sauna Esports. Now, sure, when it comes to late game potential and being able to compete, by all means, they can. It's just the start here, it's pretty slow. Silhouette, the big one, of course, he's even trying to go for that Thunderclaw, as we're talking about. Still, it doesn't even have that yet at 17 minutes in now. Just simply to recover in that farm. Now, you do see the top tower, it is going to fall in their favor, at least in exchange, but still, they definitely need the Pebbles to start kicking in. As you mentioned, he tried. Only just to come up a little bit short, but he can now get a couple of kills here. At least start something for this Legion side, but yeah.
Might find Moira.
Oh, so slashes, a couple of heroes bouncing between them. That was a level 2 Swift slashes, so a couple more bounces, but it's not going to be enough. And this is the other thing that they're having to deal with, that Master's Call is, it's got to be so frustrating, but you're always going to have to pretty much expect it when it's off cooldown, of course, you know, being the global aspect of it.
Yeah. It's the same thing as when the enemy team has an Ophelia. You can't, you need to deal that extra 200 or 300 damage.
Oh, well, they find a nice courier kill on their way to the top lane, so even something else now that they have to deal with here. Yeah, I was double checking. It's 350 post-mitigation damage that it absorbs, so basically quite a bit. Pebbles, if he's not quick enough, you know, that will stop perhaps some of his combo damage, or at the very least a couple of his auto attacks. Bottom lane, Moraxis, Matrax. Explodes right there, going for the kill to Silhouette if he lands an axe here. Dodges the first one. It doesn't matter, though. Yeah, he was too much of a pursuit there. The haste turn, of course, helping Moraxis to secure the kill in the end. So Marcus Moy, he just can't get a damn thing. He's still no Thunderclaw. He's 0-5-1. 240 GPM.
So far, it seems that BMG are just executing best as a team. I mean, they're making the plays with the Portal Key as a team, and they're Swiftblade is going for a kill solo, and so was Pebbles, and it did not work out for them. They're making individual plays, whereas BMG are making plays as a team.
Oh, there we go, Calamine. Yes, I was going to say, if he can't even get that, that's going to be really unfortunate. But at least he gets a kill on Diffusion right there. Lane. Top lane, they might get more. Well, by more, I mean the Hellborn team going to get a turn kill as Rhapsody goes down there, and Engineer will survive in the end. So that takes away a little bit of the kill that Pebbles got. In fact, it's support for support in the end, which is unfortunate, but at least he got something. Oh man, I think I find this Clanks, but they got no vision, so don't think that's going to happen.
He's going to get a Yamada's Bane here fairly soon. Master Farm is going Shrunken Head, yeah. It's a fine pickup.
Okay.
He does do a lot of damage without any sort of shield breaker, firebrand kind of thing, so just making sure you survive and deal more damage that way is a good choice.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I'm looking back at the beginning of this game, and I think, you know, if that kill the top lane maybe worked, where the Magnus and Rhapsody are going up their Veiled Rod, and they killed Clanks, and, you know, he went to the right instead, and so he wasn't exposed as early, and they got the kill, and, you know, definitely this could be a completely different story right here. But I think that kind of screwing up, and on top of a couple other attempts, again, Magnus was level 1 for, like, 6 minutes. He's still only level 5, or 20 minutes into the game, so I think that they tried a little too hard to be active, where you were suggesting, you know, kind of maybe sit back, leech some experience, and play the counterplay game. They were trying to force too many things here.
That's what you have to do when you're behind. You can't just try and get the ganks with yourself. It's really hard to do, at least. You need 3 heroes to kill him, especially Clanks, who went with Vestments and Steam Boots, and then what did he have? I think he had a Circlet as well. I'm not really sure, but he had a lot of stats on survivability, so he's very hard to kill.
Yeah, he had a Soul Screaming. What the hell? Did he sell it? Okay.
I think he sold it.
Interesting.
A Warhammer.
So I guess maybe he was thinking going the Energizer, but then he had a second thought of, you know what, I'm doing just fine.
Yep.
Let's go greedy. So sells that, I guess, says, oh, bottom lane, what's going on down here? Engineer, he pops the energy field, and now he's TPing out. Oh, man. The last second, that was close to being turned on right there. But he was just down here by himself trying to get a solo kill. And a silhouette, apparently. I don't know what that was about, but came up short. And he gets away, though. That's the good thing. Shrunken is finished on Clanks as well, so you mentioned a Master. Now Clanks has one, too. So good luck getting damage out onto that right now. I mean, physical presence is pretty minimal here right now on the Legion side, so.
Shrunken Head was forced on Boxy bottom. Silhouette went on him and then swapped out after he used the Shrunken Head.
Okay.
So a little bit of a victory, I'm not sure. They're still very far behind. They need that Magnus Blink as well, and he needs some levels. He's only level 6. He needs to find those somewhere.
Yeah.
He's gonna try and pull creeps into the jungle here. It's Hellborn's creeps though, so I mean they see him.
Yeah.
So they don't have an invis Meraxes.
It reminds me of when somebody goes to counter ward and it's like, by the way, they can see you doing this. You know this, right? So Meraxes, oh my gosh. That's gonna be a free kill because Master of Arms is running in, and there we go. He secures it, and now he throws a Forked Lightning, a nice keg stun on top of that. That's got to be so frustrating. It's like all of a sudden that just appears out of nowhere. But, of course, that's the power of the Invis rune. And good rune control on his part. So, more kills for BMG. It just gets worse and worse here, unfortunately, for Sana Esports. And it goes back to the case of how much longer you think we're going to insist on staying in this game here if you're Sana Esports. That's also now Swiftblade gets picked off, finding him with ease. BMG, again, this is their first game of 6 in total that they're playing here today. And happen to be all the games that we're going to be covering because at each time slot, it's the only one happening. So they're going to get plenty of action here today. And as you're also mentioning, they come in today with only 4 points here. So they're really trying to make up some room. Best case scenario, that would put them, what, a 9 they can earn from today at 2-0 all the way. So 13 points.
13 as well.
Yeah. They could tie with you guys, actually.
That. Yep.
So that's a pretty big deal. Yeah, you're watching this pretty closely.
Yeah.
Casting it.
Hoping that they drop a game along the way.
How dare you? That's rude, sir.
Yep.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. So, but yeah, looking good so far here in game number 1. So.
Yeah, looking strong here.
I mean,
it really comes down to them making plays as a team, whereas the Legion side are trying to make them by one here individually.
Pebbles, okay, he's actually living here quite a bit somehow. Well, Protective Melodies, I guess, to thank for that, but in the end, it's just not going to be enough. A big cleanup there for BMG yet again, so that was a little bit of something there for the Legion side, but still not even able to get a kill out of it. And
they're just so far behind. It's weird. I mean, even though they get good ultimates, good spells, and good combos off, it's just not enough.
So again, Sana Esports here, looking apparently still thinking that there is hope. Maybe talking it over as well. I know that's a excuse me, a case
I
too.
think they're talking it over right now. I don't really think they have much of or they know they don't have much of a chance of winning. I think it's talking about what went wrong and stuff like that here. What can we do better next game?
Yeah. Which hero they should ban next game? Take out the Clanks, you think? I mean, I don't know.
It's not really to the fault of Clanks.
Yeah.
Still, as I've said before, I mean, Pebbles had the blink at the same time. It's just BMG used it to get one kill, and then Silhouette was farming near the tower that was just killed, and he got killed as well. It's mistakes like that loses you the game.
No!
They actually catch the Clanks here.
Yeah, he got very greedy there, clearing out the Ancients.
And Forge gets 2 levels.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. That's big. All right.
Yeah.
Start of a comeback. Here we
Let's
go.
hope. Let's hope.
Yeah, we've seen some big comebacks, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
the complexity comeback against was it Rek'Sai was an amazing one here.
Yeah, that was the 20,000 golden experience, and
it can happen.
Back from game was a little bit different though.
Yeah, for sure.
Even being down 20,000 experience, there was still something about it. You can kind of at least feel like, all right, this game's not over. This one, it's
the Legion side do not have the Behemoth initiation or something like that. They do have a Magmus, but it's not as good as a Behemoth in defending their own high ground base here.
Yeah, they have a lot of lot of room to make up, but they're damn it, they're gonna try here as they're climbing back in. They got the double Energizer strat. You got one on Swiftblade and one on Silhouette right here, so individually each picking one up, I guess, and it's not the worst thing
them for survivability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The individual purpose here.
Yeah.
But he's got another 1,000 gold saved up, so again, but you compare it to Kalanks in the meantime. He now has a full Frostburn, actually, that he chose to go for, and everything else that he has here. In fact, they're going to keep the pressure up as BMG as they can and should. They are really far ahead, of course, so no point.
I'd like to see Silhouette get a blink here and a shrunken head, so she can, if they catch the Clanks, she can get in there right away with her damage on top of something like a Magma's Eruption.
Yeah,
could be a start of a good fight for them.
Yeah, Clanks, or not Clanks, but Master of Arms has been definitely again fun to watch, and definitely I think a pretty entertaining hero. And again, the global presence of the turn potential, and even the offensive Master's Call. You know, there's some synergy that we've seen throughout history. Something like a rally actually comes to mind, where you throw out the offensive Master's Call on a rally as he jumps it with a compel, makes a seismic slam nearly instant. It feels like. No way to dodge that, so
that's pretty powerful. You can almost blink on top of them and ulti without stunning, and it would go off. So
some nice synergy there, but just not a hero we see often. I don't think he's getting touched up in the upcoming patch. I haven't necessarily gone through all those patch notes myself. I've only been over the ones that we've spoiled here on Honcast throughout the earlier weeks, which I know is only a little bit. I mean, there's still so much more that's coming out with the patch, and all the notes are on the forums, by the way, guys, in case you haven't realized that. So, patch coming out this week here.
There are a lot of them.
There's
I also scrolled over some of those that I think was the most interesting ones. But there are a lot of them. Yep.
Zephyr Jungle is coming back, baby.
Yep.
I love it. I love his Cyclones, man, and no longer reduce damage against neutrals. It's going to do 100%. I mean, he's going to be a farming jungler, man.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to that. Top lane, Silhouette. Oh, he's good. Presses are. Good swap out there. Maybe that's what they're banking on. They say, you know what, we have Silhouette. And Silhouette is kind of one of those heroes. You know, we have seen those comeback games before. I I know Sync notably had one a while back in last season, even with Flensmeister, where they just constantly they were down by a good amount. I forget the matchup and everything, but it was because of his silhouette play. It was 100% the reason they won that game, where he's just constantly pressuring, backdooring, and keeping you on your toes. Now, to be fair, I believe that game the silhouette was also having good farm throughout most of it still. Where this time around, not the same story. He's been struggling, but...
Yeah, I mean, BMG are not really pushing the advantage, holding the Legion team in their base. So, I mean, 20,000 gold lead after 29 minutes, if that's the same after 50 minutes, it's obviously helps the Legion side here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just to clarify, too, I didn't actually update, I didn't have all the standings updated 100% before, so these are the